Hey everybody, Stephen Ugan, president of JOE.BUILDER, doing another prospective client and client sort of info video, educational video. This one's called, If You Help, It Costs More. All right, guys, let's get to it. I bet you've gone into a mechanic shop and seen those funny signs that say, hey, it costs this much to work on your car. Let's say $50 an hour to work on your car. It costs $100 an hour if you help. I really resonate with that messaging. And I want to talk about it in the context of the construction space. Remodeling and new construction of homes. Because we've had lots of different scenarios, and I understand you guys are all trying to save money. Construction's very expensive, so you're working the angles. You're trying to figure out, okay, well, maybe I'll buy all the stuff, and then the contractor will come in and build it for me. Or, I've got my Uncle Louie. He knows how to do plumbing. I'll bring Louie in to do the plumbing and save, a couple bucks that way. And there's or maybe I'll do some of the project myself and just bring in the trade guides for some of it. Or my personal least favorite, maybe I can help general contract this with the general contractor. Okay, I'm going to talk about those 4 situations in this video. If you help, it costs more. You kind of know where this is going already. So the first situation I want to talk about is customer supplied goods, okay? And we deal with this in all our agreements and basically say you can't do that. But I want to tell you why. There's a number of really good reasons why we don't. Every once in a while, don't even try me, every once in a while we make an exception for a little old lady who bought something before we got involved. And I don't want to make her take it back, or I don't want to charge her markup on it when she bought it from her own local hardware store or whatever it was. So that happens every once in a while. But most of the time we say not only no, hell no. And this is why. Number 1, our clients, as well-intentioned as they are, often buy the wrong materials. I know that would never be you, but it's all our other clients that do it. And when you buy the wrong materials, here's the deal. It wastes time and money. We have a crew on location to do your remodel project. They cost $2,000 plus a day, depending on the configuration. Sometimes the crews are more because they've got more guys. $2,000 a day for this construction crew. You do not want them running your crappy materials back to Home Depot and then us going to millwork or a lumber yard to get the good stuff. And it takes half the day for us to do that. You burned $1,000 just because you wanted to help save some money. Okay, the other thing is most of you, God bless your little hearts, have no idea what you're doing when you're buying materials. And I know because I used to be one of these people. And maybe I still am in some of the areas. So you have no idea what you're doing. You don't know all the little parts and widgets that our guys know to buy and our project managers know to buy. So when we want to build a complex structure, you've got half of the stuff there and half of the stuff isn't there, and the stuff that is there isn't actually going to work. I mean, we've seen it all. It just doesn't work. We've gotten to the point where we're like, no on customer supplied, client supplied materials. The other thing is, if you have material defects with the stuff you bought, we have no supply chain relationship, no lines of authority with the supply chain. So we can't strong arm them at all, make them take it back or make them give us other stuff. You end up I don't want to get in an argument with some guy making $15 an hour at a pro desk at Home Depot. Okay. And I don't want my project managers doing that either. Our supply chain, we have long-term relationships. We've worked with them enough and have enough integrity and trust built up with them that if we have an issue with material defects, it's not an issue. It will go away. We'll have new materials there instantly. It will not slow down the project. Yeah, we'll take care of materials. By the way, the other part of it, and I know you guys don't like this part, but I have to talk about it, is this is part of our business. We mark up materials because that's how we cover our massive overhead. Construction companies are some of the most expensive businesses to run, And we need markup on the materials in order to justify us doing the project. So if you strip all of the profit out of the project for us, we can't do it. And you're going to end up with a bunch of chucks in a truck trying to do your project over the course of an entire year instead of 4 to 6 weeks done professionally the way we'll do it. Here's the other thing. You're going to go buy materials and you're going to pay retail. We source, 100 projects a year, and we've got way more economies of scale when it comes to buying materials. So we're going to be able to put negative price pressure on our suppliers, get better pricing for you. Even with our markup, we might be able to beat your pricing. So please don't get your own materials. Okay, that's number one. Number two, client supplied subcontractors. Okay, you want to do an addition, you want to do a general remodel, and your Uncle Louis is a plumber, and you want us to use him. Okay, 9 times out of 10, the answer is no. Not because Uncle Louis is not awesome, not because Uncle Louis might be able to do it. The problem is if something goes wrong with Uncle Louis's job, we have no lines of authority and accountability with Louis to get him to do what he's supposed to do. And normally we have no contractual relationship with him that gives us teeth as a general contractor to be able to basically make the subs do what they said they're going to do. That's why it's way better to use our subs. We vetted them all. They're all high quality, people of integrity, good communicators, quality work. They're going to get it done. And if something goes wrong, we've got tons of relational equity to be able to go, no, you're going to make it right. We need to take care of this client. So it's a bad idea for you to supply a couple of the subs on a project. Way better for us to work on our subs. Every once in a while, we make an exception because of an extraordinary subcontractor, an extraordinary, amazing referral. And sometimes we end up using them as a sub moving forward. So that can happen. I'm not trying to be crazy here, but most of the time, bad idea for you to provide 1 or 2 subs. Let's keep Uncle Louis out of it. Let's stay friends with Uncle Louis. We still want to have him over for Thanksgiving and Christmas. Let's not hire him as a sub, okay? We'll hire the subs, and if anything goes wrong, we'll take responsibility and make it right. Love it. You guys are doing so good. Number 3, you want to do part of the project yourself. Man, I love you guys. I love you enough to tell you the truth. That's a bad idea, and let me tell you why. Number 1, I know you're trying to save money, but in the long run, it won't save money, and I'm going to explain why. These subcontractors are faster. They're better. No matter, you're doing, maybe you did this in high school. You were a painter in high school. You're like, man, I can paint this thing. That's awesome. But the thing is, when we're on the job site, we need painting to happen in 3 days. We need painting to happen after mud, sand, taping, and before trim work. And we have 3 days to do it. And it costs us $2,000 for every day it goes over that. Are you tracking me? So if all of a sudden something comes up, you're going to be the painter, and in the middle of this professional, well-run project, all of a sudden you step in and you start painting your own place and something goes wrong, we're not going to be able to help you. And if you're not done in 3 days, it's going to cost you $2,000 a day while we watch you finish hacking up your own paint job. Does that sound like fun to you? It's definitely not fun for us, and we've done it before and don't want to do it again. So I don't want to wait 3 months for you to do the painting for me to be able to come back and do trim, hang the doors, and do our final walkthrough and punch list on the project. You get me? So way better if you don't save a little bit of money and end up paying a lot more in the long run. You know, it doesn't take more than 1 day of delay in our production schedule to more than make up for you just hiring the professional painter. You get to chill out, drink your coffee, and watch us do all the hard work. As far as I'm concerned, that's a way better deal. Okay, so the other thing is, not only is there a timeliness issue, but there's a warranty issue. If you do the framing, and then I do the sheetrock, and something goes on structurally, how can I warranty anything that we did if you did the framing and you didn't do it right? Or you didn't do it to code? Or I come in there after you framed and we have to redo your work? That's insane. It's insane, super costly. We don't want to do it. We're not going to be able to warranty it. It's just not a good idea. You guys just chill out. Let us do the heavy lifting. It's a way better idea. Finally, the this is my least favorite of these four. You want to help be the general contractor. What do I mean by that? Well, all these other ways are ways that you would help. And I hope you're persuaded that they're not helpful. And the other way that you would help is you're going to kind of help, direct subcontractors and kind of move things around on the job site. That never goes well. It's way better to have one point of contact. Let us be the project manager. Let us be the concierge. Let us be the cleanup man. You come to us as the GC and say, hey, this is going on in the job site. We're going to be on it in no time flat and take care of it. We'll report back to you. Done, taken care of. Don't worry your pretty little head about it. Okay? Just drink your coffee, watch us. We're going to wrap this thing up. You're going to have a beautiful addition, a beautiful remodel. You're not even going to break a sweat. And you're going to be thanking me later for heeding the wisdom of this video. You guys, we love you. We hope we get to be your builder for this next project. We want to be your builder for life. Like, we're looking for long-term relationships. So I hope you were blessed by this video. If you were, like, subscribe to this channel, share this video, and most of all, sign your estimate from us, sign your contract, and let's get going.